thankfully I didn't.
How did it go?
No, I very shrewdly scheduled it for 9 o'clock so that it would all be
I
all be
appreciate
over and
that.
done with.
I appreciate that. We're still waiting for Anu, I think.
Yes.
It will be here, I'm sure, any second.
He's punctual. Let me see. I'm gonna put this window down and back because it is kind of I can get it to do. Any
I think if anything, that's a little worse.
yeah, I think so. I couldn't get it to go down any further. If
That's
I
okay.
stay like right here, I'm more or
It's
less
fine.
pocket. The other alternative is I could just move to the other room.
I think it's fine.
Okay. This is it's a little easier for the rest of the family if I play here because I don't have to keep everybody out of the, entire front half of the house. But
Okay, I'm just gonna take this off the screen in case Anu is waiting in a waiting room I can't see. But he doesn't appear to be, so I'll put it back. Apologies. Okay, lovely.
Yeah, I texted him. He'll be hasn't seen it yet, but
Could we play a final with an empty chair? I mean, we could. Here he is. It's
no,
fine.
I'll be here.
that would be
No problem.
not good.
No.
No, 300 memos don't work.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Hey, Anu.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Hey, what's up, folks? No, I
We're
wouldn't let
live.
this
We're
final be,
broadcasting.
we've been waiting for
Yeah,
an
yeah.
hour, Anu.
I know. Yeah, it's just daylight sit right. No, no, I will not let this
No
final
worries,
be
but
a three-hander.
It's great tactics, though. Make people wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's yeah.
Well, you just know how to make an entrance.
That's right. That's
So
right.
let me rename myself. Not that it really matters, but
Yeah, when Phil Groce hazarded a guess on Nearest the Bull last week, I was like, whoa, like that's very impressive.
well, Phil is the one with ProZoom, which means that both of our computers are
Mm.
in as Phil, because I no longer have it.
Makes sense.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if we're ready, shall we get things started?
absolutely.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right, let's go. Welcome everybody to the final of season 9 of International Culture Challenge. Obviously, first we have some thank yous to do at the end of a season of International Culture Challenge. We have lots of people to thank for putting this together. Thanks go to Andy Greeley for maintaining the results fed within the Facebook group, and to Mike Olson for running the statistics each week for us. Huge thanks to Will Jones. Will built the ICC platform and the emailing tool and leaderboard. He maintains this for us every season, as well as taking care of the draw and the weekly emails and lots of other things. Our huge writing team who go to great efforts to put together such interesting, varied and novel quads for each week of ICC. The writing team for this year was Andrew Rout, Anya Deb, Chris Ottolino, Francis Hadley, Joey Goldman, Christian Cavamso, Marvin Miranda, Rachel Clark, Rocco Sorech, Ronnie Jackson, Lucy Reynolds and Aidan Ling. It is a monumental task to come up with new and interesting questions every season, and this team does it fantastically. We cannot thank them enough. to our wonderful editors, Hugh Bennett and Rob Hanna. Hugh and Rob go to great lengths each season for ICC in reviewing every quad, fact-checking, organising the sets, and then translating the answers into 9 different languages. They also assist with ICC organisation, and their efforts are what make this the high-quality competition it is. To everyone who has given up their time to read one of the 726 ICC games this season, especially those in the core reader group who have to put up with countless notifications from John Stitcher every day. The summer season is very busy as Brain of Online Quiz League also runs during this time, so it's a huge testament to our reading team that only one game had to be rescheduled due to no one being available. Thank you very much. And finally, to the 324 players who participated in this season of ICC, making it one of the biggest and best competitions to date. Without your continued support of the competition, it would not happen, and we cannot thank you enough for coming back season after season and recommending the competition to your friends. And now, let's meet the ICC Season 9 Grand Finalists. In Seat 1, we have a player making his second ICC Grand Final appearance, having previously reached this stage back in Season 3. In Connections Online Quiz League, he is part of the Wednesdays team who won Season 2 and were runners-up in the most recent season. In OQL USA...
Not true.
Oh, no?
True. No, I wish that were
Fowler.
true. No, I'm part of the Thursdays team, which is a spin-off of the Wednesdays. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We are much worse. We are much worse than the Wednesdays.
Disregard the above. Okay, I'm gonna...
He's friends with the Wednesdays, so he gets...
I'm very good friends with the Wednesdays. Yeah, so by association.
Okay, if anything else I say isn't true, just sort of do a big cross with your hands.
Sure.
We'll get through this. In OQL USA, he plays for the same team.
That is
Who have
true.
been a regular feature in Division 1 and have a high
That's
finish
correct.
second in Season 12.
Yep.
Great. I think everything else is pretty unarguable. In this season of ICC, he ranked 6th on the leaderboard, but had an incredible record of 31 correct answers from 31 bonus attempts, the highest 100% record of any player. Please welcome Anu Kashyap.
To my house, yeah, on the couch, yeah. Knock a pussy out, yeah, get them out, yeah. I wanna see these hoes, yeah, been in low, yeah. Let me run it in the hole, yeah, let me know, yeah. Girl, you look good, want you back that ass up. You's a fine motherfucker, want you back that ass up. Call me Big Daddy when you back that ass up. Oh, who is you playing with? Back that ass up. Girl, you look good, want you back that ass up. You's a...
Okay, and we've done really well. Okay, in Seat 2, we have a player who surely needs no introduction now. She has made 4 previous ICC Grand Finals, winning 3 of them, including the first 2 ever. She finished second on the ICC leaderboard this season with 77 out of 78 own answers correct and a perfect record in both human geography and mythology and religion questions. Outside of ICC, she was a key member of the all-conquering Neutral MILF Hotel, who won several seasons of OQL USA, and she's well known for her incredible TV performances being the Queen on The Chase USA and for winning the Jeopardy Masters in 2024. Please welcome Victoria Groce. In Seat 3, the only player making their ICC Grand Final debut, we have a player who finished 8th in the ICC leaderboard. His best subject across the season was human geography. In OQL USA, he is a key player for Nacho Love, who are currently in a very close title race looking for their first ever title. At the 2025 OQL World Quiz Championships, he finished in 3rd place overall, whilst also winning medals in art and culture and lifestyle. His quiz journey started early as he won the Jeopardy 1996 College Championships and has made several return appearances to Jeopardy since then. He's so famous in quiz cycles that the MQL Buzzer Quiz 2025 actually had him as an answer to a darts question about a similarly named person called Simon. Please welcome Shane Whitlock.
I would
And
have never guessed, Shane, that was going to be your music.
Love it.
And in seat 4, we have a player who OQL seem to be writing introductions for on a regular basis. He is the current champion in ICC's sister competition, the Pop Culture Challenge, and is also the current brain of Online Quiz League UK. In the season's ICC, he topped the standings, being the only player to win all 6 matches, and he also scored more own correct answers than anyone else, and ended with perfect records in human geography, art, and religion and mythology. He is part of the Mangoes team in OQL, who have 3 OQL UK titles, and he plays for Cardi B in COQL, who are the current UK championships. He has a trophy collection to rival the Lionesses and Lewis Hamilton. Please welcome Evan Lynch. Okay. So I'll share my quiz screen.
Good luck, everyone.
Indeed.
too.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Have fun. Congrats on us all
Ooh.
getting here.
That's right.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, let's crack on. Good luck. Anu, these are your questions.
Yeah.
The Persian philosopher Avicenna imagines a person unable to touch or perceive anything in which famous thought experiment that he formulated to argue for the existence of the soul. Ten seconds.
The ghost experiment.
It is not the ghost experiment. Victoria,
Floating man.
this is the floating man. Question 2. What name of Kazakh origin was introduced by the explorer Alexander von Middendorf for a type of crescent-shaped dune that he first identified in Turkestan, but which is common throughout sandy deserts worldwide? Created by the action of wind that blows consistently from a single direction, this landform consists of an arc with 2 characteristic horns that face downwind. Ten seconds.
Barcon?
Yes, it is. Yeah, Barkhan is exactly what it is. Well pulled. And your question 3. According to Chinese legend, deities achieved immortality by feasting on which fruit cultivated in the garden of Zhi Wangmu, the Queen Mother of the West? Ten seconds.
Peach?
It is, yes, Peaches of Immortality. But Peaches is all we needed. Victoria, your questions for round 1. With its capital at Manaus, what is the largest Brazilian state by area? It shares its name with the state of Venezuela and departments of Colombia and Peru.
Amazonas.
It is Amazonas. Question 2. In solid state physics, what quantity is the energy difference between valence and conduction levels? A material is a semiconductor if this quantity is relatively small, or an insulator if it is relatively large.
This is probably very wrong, but band gap.
It is very right.
Oh,
Yep.
It is
Yep.
the band gap.
All my physics knowledge is stochastic parrots.
Question 3. Which ethnic group gives their name to a baby sling, similar to a Korean pedagogy, but with a narrower back part that originated in Vietnam and Thailand? These slings are traditionally adorned with intricate embroidered patterns, once believed to disguise the baby as a flower, thus confounding evil spirits.
Mon.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Mm.
Oh, that's not what I said.
Oh, is that not what you said?
I said Mon, M-O-N, which I
Oh.
think is the same
Okay.
as Hmong.
Okay. That's very honest of you. I thought I heard monk, but if that's not what you said, then
No, I mean, I think anybody would have thought that was what I said.
okay. Well, that's that's very straightforward of you. Okay, so I guess now what do we do?
I would think Rita Spare
Spare?
first go to Shay.
I was gonna pass those.
I also was gonna pass.
Yeah, same. I was gonna pass it.
Okay.
So I'm happy to just play it as a X.
If we're happy to just play it as an X.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yep. That keeps it simplest.
It does feel more fair, if
Yeah, otherwise
Everybody's happy
random
to do that?
spares.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, very honest of you. I would have absolutely taken that, but we will move on to Shane. Shane, your first question. While originally affiliated with an offshoot of the Communist Party USA, which long-running former literary journal later took a firm anti-Soviet line and was surreptitiously funded by the CIA during the 1950s and 60s before ceasing publication in 2003. Among the many notable pieces originally published in the journal is Susan Sontag's Notes on Camp.
Paris Literary Journal.
It is not Evan.
Pass.
Anna.
I'll pass.
Victoria.
the Evergreen Review.
It is not.
Yeah.
It is the Partisan Review.
Oh, I didn't realize they were dead.
My timer isn't working, so I'm gonna. Okay, hopefully that'll work now. Question 2. What is the most common neurotransmitter in the vertebrate peripheral nervous system? It is used at neuromuscular junctions and may be both excitatory and inhibitory. Oh,
Acetylcholine.
yes, it is. And question 3.
You get to keep your medical degree, Shane.
Question 3. Dubbed the Bayou of Pigs, Operation Red Dog was a 1981 coup attempt that saw a group of mostly North American white supremacists unsuccessfully attempt to overthrow which Prime Minister of Dominica. The plotters sought to replace this woman with the former Prime Minister, Patrick John.
Thomas.
It is not Evan.
Charles.
It is. This is Eugenia Charles.
Nice.
Bringing us to Evan's questions. Which Middle Eastern city gives its name to a high-carbon steel used to make swords with a distinctive pattern resembling flowing water?
Damascus.
It is Damascus. Question 2. The symphony Stimmen für Stimmen is by which Tatar-Russian composer who died in March 2025? She was one of the so-called Krennikov Seven and is probably best known for her works with religious themes, such as the Violin Concerto Offertorium.
Goodbye, Delina.
Yes, it is. Yes. Goodbye. Oh. Yes.
Nice.
There we go. Question 3. The mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss is a central character in which best-selling 2005 novel by the German-Austrian author Daniel Kellman?
Hill.
It is not. Anu. Nope.
Pass.
Okay. Shane.
Pass.
Victoria.
This is in there somewhere. Pass.
Okay.
Like a 4-letter title?
It's called Measuring.
Yeah.
It's not. Okay.
Okie dokie. So back to you, Anu, to go into round 2.
Yep.
Which Mexican plant species is the world's most important commercially grown potted plant, with some estimates suggesting 200 million are grown worldwide each year? They are known for their large, colourful bract, specialised leaves that function similarly to petals. Ten seconds.
Poinsettia.
Yes, poinsettia. Yes. Question 2. Also named after a river, which Brazilian state has its capital at Curitiba? The name of the state follows Alto to give the name of a department of Paraguay with its capital at Ciudad del Este.
Paraná.
It is Paraná. Yep. Paraná. And question 3. Which simple amino acid functions as an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system, especially in the spinal cord, where it is used in around half the inhibitory synapses? Ten seconds.
Tyrosine.
Say again, sorry?
Tyrosine.
It's not. Shane.
I'll pass.
Evan.
Glutamate.
It's not glutamate. Victoria.
Lysine.
Is glycine.
Nice.
Thank you.
Which brings us to your questions, Victoria. Which pharaoh of the 18th dynasty is the second woman to have been confirmed as a ruler of Egypt after Sobneferu in the 12th dynasty? Her mortuary temple near Luxor is regarded as the masterpiece of the architect Senenmut.
Hatshepsut.
It is Hatshepsut. Question 2. In 1027, Avicenna published which scientific and philosophical encyclopedia, his magnum opus? This book's section on metaphysics contains a proof for the existence of God that is considered the first ontological argument.
This is the
10 seconds.
deliverance from error.
It's not. Shane?
Pass.
Anu?
Pass.
Evan?
Canon.
It's not. It is the Book of Healing.
Of healing.
Okay.
And question 3. Sofia Gubidalina rose to international fame with her first violin concerto, Offertorium, which was written for and championed by Gideon Creamer. Her second violin concerto, In Tempus Presens, was written in 2007 for which German violinist, known both for her recordings of major works of the repertoire and for her championing of contemporary composers such as Henri Dutilleux, Unsuk Chin, and Thomas Adès.
Muter.
Yes, that is Anne-Sophie Mutter.
There's not much to go on there.
Questions for Shane for round 2. The Dutch Golden Age saw the proliferation of different genres of painting, with many artists becoming specialists, which artist, along with her sister Anna, developed her own style of still life painting, working from samples collected by her scientist father, and went on to become one of the most celebrated flower painters of the era.
Roosh.
Yes, it
Right.
is Rachel Rush.
Very nice.
Question 2. Damascus steel was developed from which earlier type of steel that has its origins in southern India and was exported to the Middle East from Golconda. This type of steel was extensively studied by European metallurgists in the 18th and 19th centuries.
Karnataka.
It is not. Anu?
Nope, pass.
Okay, Evan?
What?
It is wood steel. And question 3. Einkanters, Zweinkanters, and Dreinkanters are the 3 main types of which landform, created by a rock that has been abraded by wind-borne sand or ice. Some of the best known examples of this landform are mushroom-shaped and found in Egypt's White Desert National Park. Sometimes called a windcanter, we are looking for a name derived from Latin.
Yardang.
It is not. Anu?
Ventifact?
These are ventifacts.
Wow, very nice.
Thanks.
Bringing us to Evan's questions for round 2. Following the death of Enkidu, Gilgamesh became conscious of his own mortality, causing him to seek out which legendary Mesopotamian king of Shurpak who survived the flood by making and occupying a boat, and was subsequently given immortality by the gods.
Utnapishtim.
It is. I'm glad you pronounced that, so I didn't have to. Utnapishtim. Question 2. In the band theory of solids, which specific quantity is the amount of thermodynamic work required to add a single electron to a solid? Often denoted by mu or EF, it is used to, or sorry, E subscript F, it is used to classify conductors, insulators, and semiconductors.
Fermi energy.
Prompt.
Chemical potential.
I'm going to say this is wrong and pass it and see what happens. Evan,
Pass.
Roshane, Annie?
Fermi level?
It is Fermi level, so it says prompt on Fermi energy, and we're looking
That's
for
nonsense. I think, but yeah, I don't know. I would say that the Fermi energy and the Fermi level are the same thing, but so I'll protest that, I guess. But it's fine.
Thankfully, it's being recorded.
Should we
so-
handle the
Yeah,
protest
yeah,
now? Because it gets messy if we.
Everyone's here.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm happy to do that if people are happy to do that.
I'd
Sure.
prefer to have it resolved
Yeah.
now. Personally.
Yeah, others will get messy to.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go and talk to the guys. Uh,
So much very interesting final. A lot of
Yeah, there's been a lot of chaos so far.
a lot of chaos.
okay.
I even knit like half a row using the entire line. But it was terrible.
Okay. Let me just.
Yeah, I don't really understand why there's a problem there. I'm thinking about it, but
I mean, your understanding of the subject will be much better than mine, so I can't.
Yeah, interesting that they explicitly said prompt on Fermi energy.
yeah, I would say the Fermi level is the highest occupied energy level within the solid. And then the Fermi energy is, you have to add at least that energy to be able to add the electron to the solid. It's a bit of a point of nomenclature, I think.
Also, Shane, I just heard back from the American Medical Association, and because you passed on glycine, we have to revoke your energy.
I've been struck off then.
Yeah, right.
Look at you. use a holiday.
I get the sense that you don't actually like sleep. Is that
Probably less than I used to. That's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm up a lot.
Okay.
Mhm. We shouldn't leave dead air. People have a lot.
Let's
so
use this
Shane.
opportunity to bring up the quiz podcast. I think. What are we going to talk about here?
Oh, the quiz podcast.
Podcast?
I just think there should be one. I think there's enough fodder that there's like a passionate, like I think you could have an audience of like 1,000 people per week potentially.
1,000? 1,000?
I think
That's wildly ambitious.
1,000?
Here's the thing. So like you go for the Jeopardy audience, so like you have a lot of Jeopardy content to like bring in that fan base, and then like towards the end you sneak in some like more hardcore quizzing stuff, and then that could hear me out. That could then be a bridge to get the Jeopardy fans into
How
more
many
hardcore
current
stuff.
Jeopardy podcasts are there? I'm curious. I don't actually know.
I
Not
think there's
many.
like one.
There's a
There's like
few.
one now.
Yeah.
I
Is
thought
it
there'd be
There's, I think,
more.
like-
podcast?
Yeah, because like there used to be like Jeopardy canceled their own podcast, and now there's the one with those two
There's what
stand-up
is
comics,
Jeopardy
right?
podcast.
Right. And I don't know if there anything else is getting much listenership. But anyways, that's the pipe dream. I think something that like really went into the weeds and was like, oh, Anu messed up that glycine question. Like what a scrub, you know? Like someone who like,
So you
someone who-
want this to be like a giant trash talking enterprise.
Like a burn book.
I want people to be a little unfiltered, you know, like say what they really think, like give some commentary and be like, you know, be real. Like this was a flop, this wasn't great performance from, you know, Victoria,
The whole reason
you
I
know?
got
Like-
off of Facebook in the first place.
Fair.
It's actually not the real reason I got off Facebook, but it didn't hurt.
Yeah. Be careful what I wish for, I guess. Yeah. This podcast is created and it just becomes like podcast version of no deletions, and then we're all
Well,
hosts, yeah.
why don't you be the change you want to see in the world?
For the same reason there's no quiz podcast, right? I think everyone, no one wants to be the change they see in this world. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can
How's
get like 10 regular segments for a quiz podcast, I'll do it. Why not?
Here's the thing. I talked about this with Evan a while ago, and it was because I really enjoyed like the 2 episodes of like the Mearswell podcast that like Dowd and Joey tried to do.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that they kind of went a little inside baseball talking about like the tactics and like what decisions people made, and I missed that. So like I think there's a chance. I don't know. We'll see.
If you do it, I'll come on occasionally and do a segment about how nice everybody is.
Yeah, it's sort of the antidote to the rest of us going, yeah, that was a
Yeah,
terrible
exactly.
strategic error there. Like,
You're
what,
like,
Yeah. 40 minutes of just
What
laying.
what is he thinking? So
Yeah.
obvious.
We could call it Victoria's ear bleach sections. Like 40 minutes just reaming into people, and now Victoria.
If it's a video podcast, I will even be sure to bring my cats.
There you go.
Because if there's
There
one
you
thing
go.
the internet likes, it is cats.
It is cats.
Yeah, my cat has no interest in spending any time in my company, I think. He's a solitary animal.
I have one who's like, he's very attached to me in his way, but he's convinced that like getting on top of a person is illegal. So he will only do it if he thinks you're asleep.
Interesting.
But I have heard him scratching at the door at least once while we've been in here. So
I have been told this is being dealt with. We're not just
Yeah.
Sure.
Just causing
like everybody.
causing drama.
Yeah, everybody was just like not on screen had taken like this precise moment to like make a cup of tea or something was my fear.
Yeah, I'm not doing it with that reason. I see.
Oh no, absolutely.
He's
This
some
is
good
like
path. I feel like that's the Femi
now
energy,
more
but,
than ever, like we need to be absolutely sure that what we're saying is correct. But yeah, I was just a bit worried that like everybody had taken this opportunity to like go away for a second and nobody was listening, and I was just there like, yeah, we'll just stop the game. That's fine.
So this is the quiz cats podcast we need now, with
Yeah, right.
hosted by Greg Peterson.
Yep.
Who would
How's
also
the
ride a cat, you know?
Yeah, he's who else can we invite on? I'm trying to think of people I've seen with like obvious. Oh, there was a guy who was like, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't tell the story. But there was a guy who was like,
tell.
Only
The
can
viewers
be
want to know.
on Twitch for like 2.
in my past
Yeah.
days as a quiz administrator, we had an issue where someone was believed to be acting unfairly at an online tournament, and
I see.
ascribed their you know, they were alleged to be acting unfairly, I suppose I should say.
Sure.
And they ascribed their chaotic hand movements to being they were being assailed by an army of pet cats that were constantly petting around them.
Nobody. Oh, or was it like a quiz bowl thing? So like,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like there was some. Their hands weren't always where we could see them, put it that way. And
Because
the
of cats.
excuse was an array of cats.
But usually in that case, you would see the cats, right?
Yeah.
We didn't see the cats.
Yeah, you would hope so. I occasionally, like my dog over lockdown, my dog realized that while I was doing Zoom meetings at work, I was staying very still and would always take this opportunity to just like come and lie on me because he knew that I couldn't really like pay him any attention, so I wouldn't stop. And so quite often in quiz now, he'll just come and just sort of edge in, which for like hands in view is very difficult because I have to try and pet him. So I just like move the screen so the dog is in the corner and I can
Nice.
pet his head and my hands are never not in view. But I always think like during that period where I'm trying to like get the dog on screen, people don't think I'm trying to like attention seek by getting my dog on screen, and also don't think I'm trying to do something dodgy by like sort of like shuffling around like. But
Sure.
yeah, it's all in the attempt to
If I see
retain
the
transparency.
screen is moving and then like a dog appears,
Yeah, I'm
like,
always like, my
I'm
dog
not
is
going to
here,
think
by the
that
way.
person's doing anything sketchy. Like, I might assume they want everyone to see their dog, but in my case, they're probably correct. I do. in
Well,
fact
yeah,
see the
some
dog.
people, some people are pretty anti-dog, but also I think like mostly people are just trying to play OQL. Just they don't want to see the dog. They're trying to do whatever they're focused on. I want people to think I want people to pay attention to the dog, but the dog is very persistent at like, because he's a Labrador as well, so he's massive. So he's got like a big head, and it just like the more I ignore him, like the harder he headbutts me until I have to sort of interact with him. And he learned it all over lockdown. And when I would start saying goodbye on a Zoom meeting, he'd start getting excited because he would think it was walking time. That was a crazy time.
Trying to think if
Let's
there's
get
any
some,
other weird animals I've seen in quiz. Like we have quiz parrots, right? But does anyone have like a quiz lizard or a
Quizzard.
You have to call it a quizzard, yeah.
yeah?
Lizard.
Yeah.
I'm missing a trick. They or a quiz snake. There must be.
There must be. Tell us in your comments on the Twitch, what crazy
Like,
animals have you
This
got?
feels like there's going to be some kind of like overlap between this community and the like exotic reptile community.
Yeah.
They feel like they have the same vibe, right?
We're gonna have
I think some
Yeah.
corners of the quiz community have got the same vibe.
Right.
you're gonna drive away all the fans to the quiz podcast at this rate.
Yeah, fair. I just see there's a YouTube video. There's an former SNL star comedian named Kyle Mooney. he goes to like the reptile convention to just interview people at the reptile convention, and it's an interesting experience. It's an interesting crowd. I would like to think that we're cooler than them.
Okay,
We got an answer. Okay.
we have a result.
Oh.
Hugh says, sorry, I'm not naming names. The the quiz gods on high say, as far as we can tell, Fermi energy doesn't quite fit, so we are rejecting the protest.
Brutal. Okay.
That's what I have been told.
Bad luck.
Let me get these questions back up.
And we're back, chat.
Okay, Evan, question 3. Which Mexican long, flat, shawl-like garment, woven by indigenous women since the early colonial period, can be tied in such a way that it can be used to carry bundles, and became particularly associated with the transportation of babies? Ten seconds.
Um, Poyera.
It is not. Shane.
Pass.
Anu.
Pass.
Victoria.
Yes, but I'm sure I've got a pattern for whatever this is over there.
Tell you what it is. It is a rebozo.
Yeah, good.
I feel like they came up somewhere.
I agree. I think it
Thought
did.
about doing a different
It's
Mexican.
like OQL or something.
Yeah.
Bringing us into round 3. Anu, we are back to you.
Yeah.
Iberian city gives its name to a high-quality steel alloy that was used for weaponry from the time of Hannibal to the Reconquista. Ten seconds.
Toledo.
Yes.
Nice.
Good. Toledo.
Thanks.
Question 2. Hatshepsut oversaw the restoration of which temple complex that was originally constructed during the reign of Senusret I. It was one of the 2 great temples of Thebes, along with the Luxor temple, and its precinct of Amun-Re contains a great hypostyle hall. Ten seconds.
Abu Simbel.
It is not. Shane.
Karnak.
This is Karnak.
Oh gosh.
And your question 3. The first issue of Partisan Review, published in 1937, featured which short story, arguably the best-known work of Delmore Schwartz? The story, with a title referencing a Yeats epigraph, depicts a man's traumatic and surreal experience viewing his parents' relationship unfold.
Pass.
Okay, Shane?
Pass.
Okay. Victoria?
In dreams begin responsibilities.
It is exactly that.
Nice.
Good.
In dreams begin responsibilities. Victoria, you're around 3 questions. 1981 also saw Operation Angela, a failed coup attempt in which country that sought to overthrow the government of Franz Albert René and restore the previous president, James Manchin, to power. The coup was led by Mad Mike Hoare, who organized a band of mercenaries called the Ancient Order of Frothblowers, who entered the country disguised as rugby players.
The Seychelles.
It is the Seychelles. Question 2. The large flowers of which genus of African plants are actually inflorescences of many small flowers surrounded by colourful bracts, which attract pollinators, including sunbirds and small mammals? 10 seconds.
Hannah?
It is not. Shane?
Pass.
Anu?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Okay, these are Protea.
Oh, okay.
Question 3.
Okay.
While fighting the serpent demon Vritra, Indra drank copious quantities of which beverage in order to achieve Amrita, or immortality. In the Rig Veda, Amrita is used synonymously with this drink, which also named a god of the moon closely associated with Chandra.
Soma.
It is Soma. Shane, coming to you. In the Aims of the Philosophers, which was influenced by the works of Avicenna, Al-Ghazali presents an overview of philosophy. In which follow-up book did he denounce Ibn Sina for following Greek philosophy even when it contradicted Islamic teachings?
The Incoherence of the Philosophers.
It is exactly the Incoherence of the Philosophers. Question 2. For complex materials such as indirect bandgap semiconductors or two-dimensional materials, a powerful but computationally expensive method for calculating band structures is which many-electron model based on the Hohenberg-Kohn theorem and Kohn-Sham equations. It is often abbreviated to DFT.
Pass.
Okay. Anu?
Pass.
Evan?
Density functional theory.
It is density functional theory.
Nice.
Very good.
And Shane, your third question. In which best-selling Greek novel by Apostolos Doxiades does the reclusive title character seek to solve the titular unsolved problem in mathematics?
Fermat's lost theorem.
It's not. Anu?
Pass.
Victoria?
Pass.
Nope. Evan?
No, pass. I can't get the shape of it.
Okay, it is a really long one. It is called
Yeah.
Uncle Petros and Goldbach's conjecture.
I knew it had something to do with Goldbach, but I knew there was more to it, and I
It's
didn't
a
have
hard one to pull if you don't know it. Okay, Evan, to close out round 3 for us. What is the chief inhibitory neurotransmitter in the mammalian nervous system? While glycine is found principally in the spinal cord, this neurotransmitter is found mostly in the brain, where it is released by Purkinje cells.
GABA.
It is GABA. GABA. Question 2. Which artist of works such as Windmill at Wijk bij Duurstede became perhaps the most successful landscape artist of the Dutch Golden Age, along with his pupil Meindert Hobbema? Ten seconds.
Albert type.
It's not. Shane?
Pass.
Anu?
Van Rysdale.
It is.
Good.
Jacob
Thanks.
van Rysdale. And question 3. Sometimes called mudlines, mushroom rocks, or sphinx-like hills, what name of Turkic origin is more commonly given to a sharp, irregular ridge of sand lying in the direction of the prevailing wind in exposed desert regions? Often resembling the hull of a boat, this landform is formed by a combination of wind abrasion and the removal of loose material due to wind turbulence.
Yardan.
Yes, Yardan or Yardan. Okay, into round 4. It is still very close. Anything could happen. Anu, question
Yep.
2. Gubbio Delina's Triple Concerto was written in 2017 and is a work for violin, cello, and which instrument accompanied by an orchestra. This instrument is a type of Russian chromatic button accordion that takes its name from a bard mentioned in the Tale of Igor's campaign.
No, pass. Pass.
Okay, Shane.
Pass.
Victoria.
Pass.
Evan.
Pass.
And this is a Bayan.
Hmm.
Question 2. Lighter and less formal than the similar kitenge, which brightly coloured printed cotton fabric, typically displaying a proverb and an intricate border called a pindo, has been worn by women in the African Great Lakes region since the 19th century. Thought possibly to have developed from Portuguese kerchief squares called lenços, this cloth garment is commonly tied in such a way to allow it to be used for transporting infants.
Kente.
It is not kente. Shane.
Lamba.
It's not. Victoria.
Pass.
Evan.
Pass.
I have got kanga or lasso.
Okay.
And your third question.
Yeah.
Which artist of the Dutch Golden Age became known for her portrait-like genre scenes, often depicting musicians, such as in De Serenade? Although famous in her lifetime, many of her works were later wrongly attributed to Frans Hals.
Leicester.
Good.
Second through?
Leicester.
Yes, it is. Yes, Judith Leicester. Victoria, your questions for round 4. What word of Russian origin is given to the landform common in polar regions that is the snow equivalent of a sand desert barchan? This type of parallel wave-like ridge is caused by the erosion of snow by the wind and is characterized by anvil-like points.
Nunatak.
It is not. Shane.
Sastrugi.
These are sastrugi.
Very good. Very
I
good.
haven't heard that word.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Question 2. Which 1957 short story by James Baldwin, originally appearing in Partisan Review, depicts the relationship between an unnamed narrator and his brother, the story's title character, following the brother's arrest for heroin possession?
Jimmy.
It's not. Shane.
Pass.
Anu.
Pass.
Evan.
Sonny's Blues.
Say again, sorry?
Sonny's Blues.
Thank you. Sorry, slightly
Very nice. Very nice.
cut off the first syllable there.
Yeah,
Sunny's
sorry.
Blues. No, my Zoom fault. And Victoria, your third question. Which Japanese novel by Yoko Ogawa focuses on a mathematician who suffers brain damage following a car crash? The novel's bibliography lists a biography of Paul Erdős, who is thought to have been the inspiration for the protagonist.
The Housekeeper and the Professor.
It is The Housekeeper and the Professor.
Very good.
Nice.
2 finals in a row for Ogawa, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've read it. I've read a different Agawa, but I've never read that one.
And Shane, coming to you. Belém is the capital of which state of Brazil? This very large state's name means sea in the Tupi language and is the same as the name of a district of Suriname, but for an accent on the final letter.
Para.
It is Para. No. Question 2. In Norse myth, the gods are not inherently immortal, but instead rely on the life-giving golden apples of which goddess? In one story, the gods grow old and grey when this goddess was abducted by the giant Thiazi in the form of an eagle.
Idun.
Yes, Idun. Yeah, absolutely right. And question 3. A spathe is a structure made from a pair of bracts that acts as a sheath around a flower. Which family of flowering plants have an inflorescence called a spadix, that is enclosed or partially enclosed by a spathe? One member of this family can have inflorescences reaching over 3 meters in height.
Lily.
Not a lily, Anu.
The Aram family?
Yes, it's Araceae or Arams. And Evan, your questions. Another unsuccessful coup attempt of 1981 saw Kukoy Sanyang lead the Socialist Revolutionary Party in an insurrection that sought to overthrow President Dora Jawara, who was out of the country attending the wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer. In which African country did this failed coup occur? This event precipitated the formation the following year of a loose confederation between this country and its larger neighbour. Pentagon.
Burundi.
It's not Burundi. Shane?
Malawi.
It's not Malawi. Anu?
The Gambia?
It is Gambia.
Oh, Senegal. Right.
Your second question. Who defended the use of Aristotelian logic in Islamic philosophy in his 12th century work, The Incoherence of the Incoherence, in reply to Al-Ghazali's The Incoherence of the Philosophers?
Averroes.
It is, yes. Ibn Rushd or Averroes. And your third question. Hatshepsut re-established trade with which Egyptian kingdom, known only through Egyptian trade records? This kingdom exported gold, ivory, and ebony, and may have been located in modern-day Eritrea or the Horn of Africa.
Hunt.
Yes, it is the land of Punt. So going into round 5, we have Anu and Evan tied on 11 with Victoria on 10 and Shane on 7. So Anu, your final questions of this main quiz are as follows.
Let's do it. Yep.
For calculating electronic band structure, one common approach is which model that uses a one-particle calculation that approximates the electron wave function using atomic orbitals and bond energies. It is often abbreviated TB and compared to the LCAO method. Ten seconds.
Sorry, I can't think of a guess. Pass.
Okay, Victoria. Was that pass?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Shane.
Pass.
Evan.
Type binding model.
This is the tight binding model.
Very good.
Question 2. Which lieutenant colonel of the Civil Guard led 200 armed followers to storm the Spanish Parliament in 1981 during the swearing-in of Prime Minister Leopoldo Calvo Sotelo? The failure of the attempted coup is partially attributed to the intervention of King Juan Carlos I, who gave a nationally televised address denouncing it.
Suarez.
It's not Suarez, Victoria.
Can't quite get there. Pass.
Okay, Shane?
Tejero.
It is Tejero.
Very nice.
Tejero.
Couldn't get Torrijos out of my head, and I knew that was wrong.
It was. Annie, is that the final question of the main quiz?
Yeah.
Matteo Ballasino, who makes important discoveries in the field of algebraic topology, is a central character in which 2008 Strega Prize-winning Italian novel by Paolo Giordano.
Genus.
It is not. Victoria. Nope. Shane.
Pass.
Evan.
Pass.
This one is called The Solitude of Prime Numbers.
Okay.
And Victoria, your final three. Which artist of the Dutch Golden Age became a specialist in winter scenes, such as Winter Landscape with Skaters, a work inspired by the winterscapes of Peter Bruegel the Elder?
Campendonk.
It's not. Shane?
Averkamp.
It's Averkamp. It is Hendrik Averkamp. Your second question. GABA can be made by the decarboxylation of which amino acid? This is the most abundant excitatory neurotransmitter in the vertebrate nervous system.
Glutamate.
It is glutamate. And question 3. What is the name of the kingdom that covers much of present-day Austria and Slovenia that gave its name to a type of high-quality steel used for weapons by the Roman army from the Republic era onwards? This steel used an ore mined in Carinthia that was rich in manganese.
Styria.
It is not. Annie?
Pass.
Shane?
Noricum.
It is.
Wow, very nice.
Noricum. And these are your questions. Gubajdulina was inspired to write a piece for cello, bayan, and strings after hearing which piece by Joseph Haydn, inspired by the Crucifixion, which despite its title was originally an instrumental orchestral work, later arranged by him into both string, quartet, and choral versions. Ten seconds. Answer, please.
Pass.
Okay. Victoria. Anna.
Pass.
Evan.
Song of the Cross.
It is not. Okay, there's a lot of options here. It's the 7 last words of our Savior on the cross, or any of those others. Question 2. This traditional parka, often made of seal fur, is worn by Inuit women, particularly in the Canadian Arctic regions of Nunavut and Nunavik. What is the name of this parka that allows a child to be carried in a pouch below the hood, from which it can be transferred to the breast for feeding without needing to expose it to the elements?
Anorak.
It is not. Victoria?
Mama Udi.
Yes, it
Nice.
is.
Wow.
Well,
Very
again,
nice.
a lot of options here. Amaudi is the main one. Question 3. Hatshepsut was the stepmother and aunt of the third pharaoh with what name with whom she co-reigned? This name is also shared by her father and half-brother, whom she married.
Tutmos.
It is Tutmos. Okay, well, with scores very tight, this is for Evan. Your first question. Which climbing plant native to the Neotropics is known for its colourful bracts and takes its name from an explorer who first encountered it in Brazil in 1768? Many cultivars are commonly grown as ornamental plants in warmer climates, and it is particularly associated with the Mediterranean despite not being native to the region.
Wisteria.
It's not wisteria, Anu.
Pass.
Okay, Victoria?
Pass.
Shane?
Bougainvillea.
This is bougainvillea. It is Bougainvillea. Okay, question 2. Which autobiographical essay by George Orwell appeared in Partisan Review posthumously in 1952 and describes the author's life at the St Cyprian's Prep School in Sussex? It takes its title from a line in William Blake's poem, The Echoing Green.
Awesome.
Okay, Anu.
Keep the aspidistra flying.
It is not Victoria.
Yes.
Shane.
Pass.
Okay, this is called Such Were the Joys. And our final question. Florianopolis is the capital of which state of Brazil that lies to the south of Paraná? This state shares its name with a concelho or municipality of Cape Verde. Ten seconds.
Rio Grande do Sul.
It is not Victoria.
Santa Catarina.
It is
It
Santa
is.
Catarina.
Good job. Good job.
Oof.
everybody.
Good
Oh
game,
my
y'all.
God. I did not think that was.
It was right.
No,
It
I
is-
knew that was. I knew that was right. I just did not see that coming out that way.
Okay, let's
Really
take
good
a
game,
breath.
everybody.
Good game, y'all. Good game.
Really, really good
Yeah,
game.
good game.
We have a tiebreaker for second to do.
Oh my God.
Not over. But Victoria is our champion. That was an incredible game. Victoria in first, Shane and Evan are tied for second, and Anu, really unluckily, is in third with 11, or fourth, I guess, with 11, but almost no way to tell which way that was going to go right at the end. I have never been so nervous in a game that I was not playing. So I will stop sharing my screen now. If anyone wants to take a screenshot, I will give you a few more seconds. And then I will stop sharing and get the tiebreaker stuff up. Well done, everybody. Incredible stuff. I'm gonna start. I will paste these into the chat for you as well, so you can read them.
Or are we going into a breakout room or are we just typing this into?
No, I will put you in a breakout room.
Okay.
Hang on.
Good luck, y'all.
Yeah, very good luck.
Here we go. Okay, Victoria, and
Oh, sorry, I should
just
turn.
it. Is it a problem? I'll put you in a breakout room. No, I'm not going to put you in a breakout room. I'm going to just mute and Evan, you're going into the waiting room first.
That's fine.
We'll see you in a minute. Okay, Shane. Presumably you know how this works.
Yes, I have my chat window open.
I'm going to read these three for you. You have 30 seconds. I am not going to tell you whether you have got them right or wrong. And then I'll move on, and then I'll bring Evan back. So, tiebreaker 1, question 1. Which Mikhail Glinka opera was originally to be called Ivan Susanin after the hero, but was changed to the title by which it is known today in honor of Nicholas I?
A Life for the Tsar.
Okay, thank you. Question 2. Very common in kitchen microwave ovens, which high-powered vacuum tube generates microwaves using the interaction of a stream of electrons with a magnetic field.
Magnetron.
Okay. And question 3. In Norse myth, half of those who die in combat go to Valhalla, while the other half go to which meadow ruled over by Freya?
Volkvanger.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll bring Evan back. I'll put you in the waiting room. Hi, Evan. Okay, I'm going to read you these 3 questions. I'm not going to tell you whether they're right or wrong. You have 30 seconds again. And then afterwards, we'll bring Shane back and we'll see if we need to go again. Question 1 for you. Which Mikhail Glinka opera was originally to be called Ivan Susanin after the hero, but was changed to the title by which it's known today in honor of Nicholas I?
Life of the Tsar.
Okay. Question 2. Very common in kitchen microwave ovens, which high-powered vacuum tube generates microwaves using the interaction of a stream of electrons with a magnetic field.
Magnetron.
Okay. And question 3, in Norse myth, half of those who die in combat go to Valhalla, while the other half go to which meadow ruled over by Freya?
Folkvanger.
Okay, I'm going to bring Shane back. Hi, Shane.
Hello.
Okay, let's go through our answers. We have got the Mikhail Glinka opera, which was to be called A Life for the Tsar, which you both got correct. The high-powered vacuum tube, question 2, is called the magnetron, which you both got correct. And in Norse myth, half of those who die go to Valhalla and the other half go to Folkvanger, which you both got correct. So we are going again. Evan, I will put you in the waiting room. Okay. Tiebreaker 2, question 1 is for you, Shane. Ray Smith, the narrator, and Jeffy Murphy are the central characters in which 1958 Jack Kerouac novel that gives a semi-fictional account of the events that occurred in the years after On the Road.
Big Sur.
Okay, thank you. Question 2. Hirudin is a naturally occurring peptide with anticoagulant properties found in the salivary glands of which subclass of invertebrates?
Mm.
10 seconds.
Worms.
Okay. And third. Much of the border between Namibia and Angola is formed by which river? That also gives its name to a 1904 battle that saw Ovambo warriors decisively defeat Portuguese colonial forces.
Makerere.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. Hello again. Question 1 for your second tiebreaker. Ray Smith, the narrator, and Jeffy Murphy are the central characters in which 1958 Jack Kerouac novel that gives a semi-fictional account of the events that occurred in the years after On the Road.
The Dharma Bums.
Okay. Question 2. Hirudin is a naturally occurring peptide with anticoagulant properties found in the salivary glands of which subclass of invertebrates?
Leeches.
Okay. And the third question. Much of the border between Namibia and Angola is formed by which river that also gives its name to a 1904 battle that saw Ovambo warriors decisively defeat Portuguese colonial forces? 10 seconds.
Arinda.
Okay. Let me bring Shane back. We'll talk about it. Right. Okay. The Jack Kerouac sequel to On the Road is called The Dharma Bums, which Evan got, but Shane did not. Hirudin is an anticoagulant. Hirudin is a peptide with anticoagulant properties found in leeches, which Evan got and Shane did not. And the border between Namibia and Angola is the, I'm not entirely sure on pronunciation, it is the Cunene River, which neither of you got, I don't think. So Evan has taken second place.
Well done.
If everybody
Hello.
would like to hear the spares and the nearest the bull, we can do that.
Sure.
So our spares are as follows. I'm going to post these in the chat as well. Meaning all seas, what was the name of the vast global ocean that surrounded the Pangaea supercontinent during the Paleozoic and early Mesozoic eras?
Panthalassa.
It is Panthalassa. Question 2. The Pope's summer residence was designed in the 17th century by Carlo Maderno for Pope Urban VIII, in which small town that overlooks Lake Albano?
What's it called? Like Castello.
Gandolfo or something?
Gandolfo.
Gandolfo, yeah.
Question 3. What name is given to the rate of temperature change observed while moving upwards through the atmosphere?
Lapse rate.
Inversion.
It is the lapse rate.
Oh, lapse rate. Yep.
And your nearest the bull is as follows.
I don't believe in
Russian-
nearest the ball.
The Russian town of Verkhoyansk has the widest temperature range of anywhere on Earth. In degrees Celsius, what is the difference between the hottest and coldest temperatures ever recorded in Verkhoyansk to 1 decimal place? Okay. Okay.
There's a Price is Right ass guess, Shane.
Oh, I didn't actually see yours before I put mine in, so I would not
Sure,
have done that.
sure,
So,
dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry. No, if I was doing it, I would go for it. I would go 120.2.
120.2, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Anu has passed. Evan has put
Yeah.
116.4. Victoria has put 120.1. And Shane has put 125. These are all really good guesses. The answer is 105.8. So Evan takes that as well.
Good guesses. Nice. Nice.
And with that, we are
Great.
done. It is
Great
over.
game.
And after a chaotic and thrilling and exciting ICC final, I thank you all. Victoria is our champion for this season. Everybody, though, played an absolute blinder. So whatever you're doing for the rest of this day, go and celebrate somewhere because you've all done brilliantly.
Will do.
And
Will
thank
do.
you, anyone who's still watching. This has been emotional.
Thank you for
See you
reading.
all.
See you later.
Take it easy. Congrats,
Bye,
Victoria.
guys. Good
Bye,
game.
all.